I think it's his. I'm from New York. You know what I mean, and I'm a Bronx girl, so I think it's his vibe. It's his vibe.
Oh my God, what if he sees this and he's like, hey, what's up?
I would be like, what's up? What's up? Meet me in Brooklyn.
What's up, roommates? It's your girl Thembi, and today we've got a spicy mamacita stepping in. She's reality TV gold. She's an entrepreneur and the factor of all mother effing factors, Miss Evelyn Lozada.
Thank you. Wow, that is an introduction.
Girl, you know, I had to say, you the factor. You the factor of all the factors.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here. I feel like I've been in a cocoon the last 6-7 months.
Yes.
So I came out for the shade room.
Yes, we're gonna have some fun. And you know, I have a fun fact for you.
What?
Because we share the same birthday.
Stop!
December 10th.
You know what? I don't meet a lot of people with December 10th.
I know.
My Sag sister.
Sag sister.
So now the shade room has to, you know, you guys never post me for my birthday.
No?
Never.
Ever? No, can't be. Ever?
So now when your birthday comes, you gotta be like,
I don't be working on my birthday.
Oh, well, you better tell somebody.
I'm gonna make sure.
Okay.
Roomies, we about to get into some things, have a good time. So make sure you subscribe and comment below your favorite parts, okay? All right, Miss Girl. You look good.
Thank you.
You look really good.
I have been really pouring into myself.
Yes.
Like yesterday, I had a day of, I worked out. I went and got an IV drip.
Wow.
I went to the steam room.
Wow.
I got vitamins.
Okay.
It was like a whole day. Yeah, it was a
that.
great day.
I love
Thank you.
that. So what does pouring into yourself look like outside of that now at 50? And you're almost 50.
Yeah, I'm going to be 50
yet.
in December.
Are you gonna have a party?
I gotta be. I don't know.
You have to have a big
So
party.
I have like an issue. Well, not an issue. My mom's birthday is December 1st.
Oh.
And she wanted to tell me, you know, I'm having a party on December 7th. I said, well, if I wanted to travel and go somewhere, it's kind of throwing a monkey wrench in it because she's having her party in New York. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
You know, my life, I can't really plan so ahead. So I'm like, let it be what it's going to be. But
Yeah.
I'll do something.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so we're gonna start off, you know, talking about basketball-wise a little bit. The season
gosh.
just ended.
Yes.
It was pretty explosive.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts about Chantal and Jackie's tussle, fight, relation, like everything that played out throughout the season, but mainly that final episode where they threw hands a little bit?
Yeah. So we don't see we don't watch the episode until you guys watch the episode. So whatever was told to us when we were shooting the final dinner, and then Chantal ended up leaving to go speak to Jackie. When she came back, she told us, hey, you know, whatever, that she had got into a fight with her mom. Mind you, I'm devastated. You know, did you watch the episode? I'm bawling, crying.
I did.
Because so much happened throughout the season, and with them two, I can't say I was surprised. I think I was crying more so because I was saddened, you know?
Yeah.
I have such a close relationship with my daughter, Shanice. Like, that's my bestie, that's my girl. Like, I love my kids so much.
Yeah.
And when she said that to me, it broke my heart because I was just like, man, you know, this is bigger than the show.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, this is above my pay grade, you know? Like, we filmed the show and we're hired to be in each other's business and have opinions, and, you know, that's just a part of what we do. Because I think each of us, well, why don't you mind your business? But
do you feel like because some people are saying like you and the other ladies were like instigating a little bit instead of like trying to help the situation? Do you feel like that's accurate?
I feel like we tried to do what we could with whatever the circumstances and the information that we had. You know, I felt like I didn't shoot with Jackie a lot this last season because it was hard. You know, I generally was like, I want you to have a conversation with your daughter. Just sit and talk to her. Don't even do it on the show. You know, like this is not basketball wives. You know, Chantal is 30 years old.
Yeah.
she has whatever traumas that she has with her relationship with her mom for over 30 years. All I can say is try to have a conversation with her, which, you know, it may have came off like people were instigating, but I think most of us, all of us, no matter which side of the fence we were on, wanted them to have a conversation.
Because like you said, you're very protective of your daughter. You guys have a very close relationship. So if they were talking about Shanice, how they were talking about Chantal, you would have been like,
of course,
you know,
but it just really goes to show you that there is a disconnect in that relationship, right? So, you know, I also think when Chantal came to the room and said, I just got into a fight with my mother, the first thing after that scene, I thought about, this is not shocking. You know, her first daughter wrote a book. Yeah. Takari wrote a book years ago about the relationship she had with her mom, and that, you know, she wasn't the greatest of moms, you know, so I can't say, you know, I was surprised, I was shocked. I think that unfortunately it played out on the show. I do think that I was surprised to see that she actually pushed her, because in the scene she told us that her mom hit her.
I was gonna say, from looking back at the episodes and the moments that you guys weren't there for between Chantal and Jackie, what is your point of view now? So from hearing before, when you just hear maybe her side of things, because Jackie wasn't trying to talk about it. She's like, I'm not talking about it. She walks away every time, whereas Chantal was being like, she's doing this, she's doing that, you know.
But were you, because, I mean, we're going to be honest, right? It's like every scene that Chantal is in, Jackie's been in this game a long time. Yeah. We know how to work the mother cameras, and we know how to play the game. Yeah. And if I'm walking away every single time, like, I don't want to do this with my daughter, but you're still requesting to do scenes, you're playing games. You understand? And that's the part that I feel like the world doesn't get to see. You know, I know Chantal mentioned recently on Carlos King that she was even getting death threats. And I'm just like, oh my God, I wish people knew everything that happened prior. She talked about the beginning of shooting. She told her mom, I don't want to talk about the court case with my daughter's father. Like, you know, prior, like, it's like Shanice saying, I don't want to talk about the game, Jason, on the show. I'm going to respect it. I'm never going to even bring that up. The very first scene that they filmed, what does her mom do? She brings up that situation. So Chantal's kind of like, oh, like, I know you play this game with these girls, but you're doing it to me. And then there was another scene that I feel like it's important for people to really pay attention. And this is not an attack on Jackie. It's just, let's really talk about the things that were going on during shooting. Because I feel like Chantal got a lot of for it. Because all people saw was she pushed her. Girl, you're dead ass wrong. She is dead ass wrong. No matter what my mama done did, I grew up at a time that she will slap the out of me, you know. But there's no but. You should have never done that. But there were things that were going on during shooting that she was dealing with. There was another situation where we're on the boat and Jackie tried to get Jackie tried to get Brandy to bring up that there was this alleged rumor that Chantal was a lesbian. And it's like,
Jackie wanted Brandy to bring that up.
And on the boat, Brandy was like, no, I'm not doing that. You know, they know a mutual person. The point is that there was a lot of betrayal during on both ends. And it came to a head when she ended up obviously going back, you know, but she should have never pushed her mother. Yeah. I wish she would have just continued to walk out and just leave. And I think that they need whether it's together counseling or their own counseling. I just feel like
they gotta figure it out.
They gotta figure it out. You know, this ain't basketball wives. This is a real family dynamic, and it was definitely heartbreaking to see.
Yeah. So what about, you know, Britanny? Your thoughts on Britanny? Where do you guys stand now? You and Britanny? Are you cool? Are you not cool?
I tried to be cool with Britanny.
Yeah.
To be like, if you pay attention to when she was on before she came under my wing, I'm excited to have her. I was following her on Instagram. I'm like, I like her. She's spicy. And then she stopped talking to us because of everything that happened that season, which really had something to do with Jennifer.
So what are your thoughts on her becoming a Muslim and then, Uno reversing
I mean, I will tell you this. When she was on her walk, when she was walking the walk, it was hard filming a show with somebody that is, like she's shooting and she has her what is it called?
Hijab.
Her hijab. I was like, wait, is it a burqa? She has her hijab on, and then you're sitting there and you're calling on and this, and we're like, being respectful of what your walk. So it was, am I surprised? No, that she's now, back to her normal self. And listen, I don't want to judge. Like
you said that, on the show you said you didn't want to think she was doing it for a man in reference to Kevin Gates. So what do you think now? Do you think she was doing it for that relationship, or?
I don't. No, she's so confusing. Like she's honestly, it's like I don't know why she does what she does. It was questionable while we were shooting that we were like, "Are you on this one?" Because I don't know.
Like she looks good with or without the hijab,
she's a
right?
beautiful. I think she's a beautiful woman. Like so, she doesn't have to, have her boobs out of her butt. Like she's an attractive woman, but. It was tough for us even shooting the show. Me and Ming laugh about this to this day. So when we went to the dinner, when I told Denise to shut up because she was working my nerves, when we got to the lobby, Britanny was shooting the scene with the other Muslims. Remember that was the scene?
Yes.
And then she came to the dinner and she was fully covered. I said, so we coming downstairs. And I'm like, oh, I'm with fucking Ming, and Ming is like, oh, Then we go to this dinner. Like, you got to understand, like, I remember telling the producers, I don't know how to fight this fight. It's like people want to cancel me for any little thing. Like, this is somebody's religion.
Yes.
I don't know whether to curse the out. I don't know what to do because she's having, like group meetings with Muslims. I didn't know. It was hard. I tell you, it was hard. I told him, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
I get that. Are you the queen bee of the girls?
I don't know. Listen, I don't want to have beef. I don't know. I don't want to have beef with Jackie because Jackie, this show is Jackie's life. You know what I'm saying?
But it feels like a lot of the castmates older than you will try to kiss up to you specifically. Like, why is that? Like, are they scared of you? Do they feel like you'll come for them? Do they feel like that's what the storyline is? Like,
no, I don't know. I feel like even when new cast members get to meet me, I'm like, I'm cool. I want to be the OG in the background that is drinking this tequila.
But now,
right.
But before.
Before it was probably like, it's hard coming in on a show like this that's been already established. You know what I mean? And we were wilding back then.
Yeah.
We're a little more tame now and I guess more mature.
Yeah.
But, I'm cool. Like, I don't ever film the show thinking, I want to have moments or I'm going to curse about. I'm like,
well, it seems like you don't have to because people seem like they tried to get a moment with you. It seems from the outside that that's the game. Like,
that's what I felt like.
To either be Evelyn's friend or if you're gonna have a moment, have it with Evelyn.
And I guess, it maybe gets more attention if you have an argument with Jackie versus someone that's new. So if that's your plan, fine. Yeah. But for me, being on the show for so long, I'm like, I just want to be the auntie, the one that just got opinions about all y'all.
Is there a show without Evelyn?
I think so.
Like, yes, there's a show without Evelyn, but is there a show without Evelyn?
I don't know. Do you think there's a show without Evelyn?
You made like 50, 11 comebacks. They keep
you
bringing
know
you
what?
back.
Them checks clear.
Okay.
Those checks clear. And I'm like, people be like, why you been doing the show? Because it pays good.
But do you get favoritism?
No.
No?
No, as far as like what?
As far as, I would say anything, like maybe, obviously I'm sure pay or on the higher spectrum,
I
scenes
think-
and all of that stuff.
No, I think the people that have been on the show for a long time. So you have Jennifer, Jackie, myself. Who else has been on the show for a long time? Brandy, I'm sure has to be up there. She's put her time in. Every year you negotiate. So,
but your best friend is like an executive producer. Like I'm sure there's some kind of perks there.
No, I'll tell you that. I wish. I'm sure I'm not far off from where Jackie's at. I don't think she doesn't. She's never helped with negotiations and stuff. I wish, Shawnee. Can you get me another 50 stacks an episode?
Okay, so if you had to choose a starting five, an all-star Basketball Wives cast, who are your starting five?
Okay, so my all-stars. So from like
every aspect.
Okay, so I'll put myself in it. Obviously, as crazy as Jackie is, I got Jackie crazy, but
you and Jackie are the show,
and it works for the show. Like if you're flying and making up, it starts stuff, So it's me, Jackie.
Wait, I want to say when she was driving, it was like the end of the thing. She's just riding in the car, like with her little smile. I'm like, Jackie.
Jackie is a little unhinged, honey.
Yes,
but
for sure.
But
it works.
But it works. And when you film with her, you got to keep your head on a swivel.
Yes.
Okay, I come with the body of armor. I'm like, all right, let me jump out of this baseball mom and I'm about to shoot this show with this whack job. But she's funny too, so I like filming with people like that, but she'll say some wild about you that's not even, nobody ain't never even heard of. She said I was into like bestiality. What? But that's the type of game that she plays, and she's one of the very few that plays the reality TV game like that. Nobody heard about Chantal being a lesbian. You made that up. Nobody heard about Brandy allegedly.
She said she had a bone.
She always got a bone. Let's talk. Let's address the elephant in the room, girl.
Let's
what?
Ponderosa.
And I be sitting there like, what is this lady gonna say? Because you just never know. She'll be like, well, somebody was in my DM and somebody said this. So as crazy as that is, and we get stuck with that with the bullshit he brings to the table. Brandy was like, how did this woman say I was having an affair with my husband? I said, bitch, Jackie. And then we stuck with it. TikToks is going viral.
No, but was it her who said she was having a threesome with Ming?
Yes, this is what I'm saying. Some she made up. She made it up. She just makes up. So I can only imagine. This is why I give Chantal grace.
Yes.
Honey, we deal with your mama on a show level.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like growing up with her.
Yeah, she's great for TV.
She's great for TV, but baby.
Okay, so you.
Okay, so
Jackie.
me, Jackie, Tammy.
Tammy, yes.
Tammy was great on the show. Who else would I
Were you ever scared of Tammy?
No, with Tammy, that's another one.
Yeah.
She quick on her toes, so you got to be quick on your toes. You know what I mean? But I will say, like when I think of Basketball Wives as a whole in Miami, I had some of my funniest moments with her.
Yeah.
But I've had some of my craziest moments with her, because when we was mad,
They say you met your match with Tammy, because before they were like, Evelyn coming for the girls, but with Tammy it was like,
with Tammy you had to be ready too, because she quick with it. So but I would have Tammy, Drea. I didn't film with Drea, but I know that people loved her on the show.
Oh, you guys didn't film together?
I never filmed with her.
What do you think about her dating Jalen Green?
What do I think about it? I feel like,
so they have a 17-year age gap. He's the same age as her son, and people are like,
I feel like men do it all the time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like men do it all the time. I feel like she looks great. It seems like they have a great relationship. She had a daughter from him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, people are so quick to like talk when a woman does it, but then when a man does it, oh, he got a little young tender, like he's doing his thing. So I feel like, let her live her life. It seems like they have fun together and they have a cool relationship. I don't know. I'm just the outside. I'm looking at the shade room. I don't know.
Okay, so was that 5? That's you, Jackie, Tammy, Drea. One more.
I will say, Susie.
Really? Oh, you went back.
I went back. You know how many times I tried to get Susie back on the show?
Susie, that's a throwback.
You know, Susie just had a baby not long ago.
Really?
I hope she doesn't get mad. I'm saying this.
Congratulations.
But like, Susie was so funny and just.
What about Royce?
Royce? I mean, I feel like, I don't know. Sometimes I'll be like, why is Royce mad at me?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm sure you've seen, because y'all probably she'll say things going, I haven't talked to Royce in over a decade. It's like, I don't know what you mad at, sis.
Who do you feel like should just be benched, never should have played the game, stay on the bench?
Should have never, oh my God. I feel like it's several, but I feel like.
Give me 3.
Great, they're gonna be going in on me. Okay, I'll give you 3. I feel like, I know this is gonna be shocking, but I actually like Denise, but I feel like Denise.
Yeah.
I think that it just didn't quite work for her this season, but I feel like that has a lot to do with her being in the shadows of Britanny and you know, all that bullshit. I also think Clayana.
Which one was Clayana?
What? You don't remember her? She's
Clayana?
the one with.
Remember.
She's the one with the
Which one? Let me. Clayana basketball. Which one was Clay? Is she the one who used to do the dances?
No, I thought that was Royce that did the dances.
No, there's some girl. She was like, hold on.
Wait, not who did the dances. Who is that?
Clayana basketball wives. I'm so sorry, Clayana.
She was the season before when Bangs was on. Remember when Bangs was on?
I don't remember her.
Okay, exactly. Well, that's the reason why she should be benched.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember her.
You got to remember. Do you remember Bangs?
Bangs?
Do you remember Bangs?
Like that was her name, or she?
We called her Bangs, but
No.
Bangs. Vanessa?
No.
Really?
Who's Vanessa? Hold on. Vanessa basketball wives. Why don't I remember this? Vanessa.
You must have not have watched that season.
Yeah, I don't know her. Okay, Bangs, Clayana.
I think Bangs, Clayana, and Denise.
Denise. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So when it comes to friendship, you and Jennifer were friends for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's on again, off again, on again, off again. It's not very Sagittarius of you. I feel like we either cut people off or, you know, so why is it so seesawy?
Well, because we're filming a show.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, I haven't talked to her since whenever we last filmed whatever last episode that was. I don't know. I feel like it was tough coming in this season because of the hot mic moment. If you
Yes.
remember, the reunion aired a hot mic moment. And although it was my real opinion about who she's now married to, I never wanted it to be on the show. You know, I never wanted to come on here to talk about her relationship. Like, that's her man, you know?
Yeah.
So, and we had that issue years ago when she was talking about Chad. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I didn't want to do that. So when they aired the hot mic moment, if you look at my face, I'm like, I knew she was going to feel some type of way about it.
So her thing is, why didn't you call her and tell her?
So about how I felt,
Yes.
because that was supposed to be a private feeling, you know. It's like, and I say that because I know she's not in a place to receive how I was feeling at the time. They were planning a wedding, you know. She's like, my man, you know, and she's happy. So I'm like, I don't want to basically say, hey, this is what I think, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think, right? But then when the hot mic moment aired, I was like, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with her. So I ended up reaching out to her. Did it air in the first episode? So I texted her twice. I sent her a long text message like that night. And I said, hey, I know that was probably difficult for you to hear. You know, let me explain what it was. Because I didn't want her to think I was in a scene talking about it. It was basically, I was sitting down waiting to shoot a scene and they picked up what I was saying on the mic.
Oh, that's messy.
It is, and it's never happened to me in all the years of the show, I'll tell you that. So when I heard a voice pop up on that reunion, well, you know, some of the ladies got an opinion about you. I'm thinking, it ain't me, because I ain't said nothing. But it was me, and I was one of the main people they wanted to have their opinion because of my relationship with her. So it was up, and I texted her that night. She never responded. So I was like, okay, cool, let me give it a couple of days. Then when it came out, when her husband ended up going to jail, in my mind, I'm like, you know, this is a good opportunity for me to talk to her, because I figure he's not in her space, just to try to reach out to her again. And she didn't. So by the time we filmed the Friendsgiving, I was like, I reached out to you twice. Like, I was like, I love you. You know, I just want the best for you. I just want you to be careful. Like, I feel like, although we're not close how we were in Miami, I feel like we're also, we've known each other for so long. And I want you to we can give each other advice or opinions about if we're concerned about something.
So you guys initially fell out because she was sharing her concerns about Chad at the time, right?
That was years ago. In Miami.
When you first fell out.
She had did an interview talking about Chad, and she was basically saying, mind you, she didn't know the ins and outs of my relationship with him, because nobody knew.
Right.
But at the time when she was doing interviews about, like, whenever she made a comment, it was about him being a media whore. Like, she wasn't really vibing him because he was a media whore, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, girl, like, you're my, and we're like, that's my girl at the time. And I'm like, why are you like saying negative things about him? And then that's when things went left about that.
So looking back, considering before everything happened with you guys, you were obviously very much in Chad and Evelyn world, and, you know, not trying to hear it from anybody, and it seems as though she's probably in that world right now, regardless of what concerns people have. So do you feel like you can give her grace in that, or do you feel like,
well, which is why I didn't want to touch it from the beginning, you know, because I get it, I see it when you in love and you like, this is my man or whatever, cool. And she's grown, like me and Jennifer. You know, I think we're both turning 50 this year, you know, so
I don't both look good.
Thank you. I just didn't want to be in her business, and I didn't want to pry. So when the show aired, you have to think, because she didn't respond to my text messages, we're now shooting a show and we have to continue where we left off.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave off where we talked privately, because that's why I reached out to her. But because she never responded, it now picks up what happened at the mic moment, because she didn't feel like talking, and she basically said, I didn't feel like talking at the time, you know, I'm sorry, or whatever she had said that day. And
so flash forward, you now, is that if someone had concerns about someone you were seeing, a trusted friend, because she was a trusted friend at that time, would you want to know their reservations, or do you feel like I don't want to know? Like, how would you receive it now, and who does that even matter from outside of your children?
Yeah, I think if it's someone that you have a close relationship with and that has known you for a long time, I would be open to that, because sometimes when you are in love and in you know, love land and you know, there's certain things you just don't see. Yeah. You know, and there's something that my sister or like my bestie is probably seeing. I think there's also a way of how to deliver that information, you know. But yeah, I would be open to it, because I feel like that's what you have your girlfriends for, to be like, hey sis, I love you and I know you're happy in this relationship. This is what I know, or I'm just letting you know, and you could decide what you want to do from there.
What are the rules of that? Like telling your friend about their man, you know, for me, I would want to know, and I would tell my friend, but it seems like a lot of people sometimes would, like, you know, like both you and Jen at different times kind of took that like very personal. So like, what are the rules
I think
around that?
You know, I also think it depends on the circumstance. Yeah. Right. So with that situation, there was, you know, you have victims that are coming out. There's like, you know, RICO cases, and I'm thinking about her. I'm like, dang, I don't want her involved in none of this. You know what I mean? Like, if he's doing what he's doing, cool, whatever. For her, I didn't want her involved in any of that because I feel like she's an innocent bystander. You know, she's not trading, and she doesn't have the RICO case. But, you know, when you're with somebody for so long, you don't know how you're intertwining things. So that was my concern for her. And people can have their opinions and say, well, stay out your friends. But no, if I feel like you're driving your car at 100 miles per hour and I see that something can happen to you, if I can be like, hey, you know, I don't think, maybe you should think about this, I'm going to do that. Yeah. So that's just me.
So big question everyone wants to know is how come you can talk about her husband being a felon, but she can't talk about your grandchild's father being a felon?
Well, because she can say whatever she wants. Yeah. But for clarity, when she said that, I didn't know whether the Jay was a felon or not. You know? She said, well, he a felon. I said, well, is he? You know, I
said you can't walk the streets of LA.
I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I just know what I know. You know, I haven't done a background check on him or whatever.
Have you done one now?
I know he's not a felon. I know he's not a felon, you know? But I think so the difference is, to me, is at the time he was an active cast member per se. You know, like he was shooting.
Jennifer's husband.
Yeah. Okay. You know, he's shooting the show like One of Us. You know, he's a basketball wife at this point. So
now he's one of the girls.
He was one of the girls. You know, I'm like, he's on the emails with producers. You know, I get it, cool, whatever. You know, I'm not gonna knock your hustle, but Shaw wasn't shooting the show at that point. And when we had the pop-up shop, she sat and apologized to my daughter. I'm sorry that you have been brought up in this space. Is not fair to you, you know, because Shaw's not on the show. She's not. She ain't one of the girls, you know. But listen, it's all fair and war, you know. Like you could say, if she felt attacked, she said what she said about Jay, and you know, it is what it is, you know. Yeah.
Well, you're an abuela now.
I'm an abuela.
What does your why do I keep almost saying grandfather? Your grandson.
I'm my grandson. What does he call me? Yeah. Well, he doesn't really talk, but we're trying to kind of like. So in Spanish is abuelita. Abuelita, yeah. But we cut it short, Lita.
I love.
So every time Shanice comes out, she's like, say hi to Lita.
Oh, that's cute.
Girl, that's my baby.
You're a fine grandma.
Thank you. You know, I said, how did Jay, I got a bone to pick with him. I was telling him, I got a bone to pick with you. I went from a MILF to a GILF. Yes. What the hell?
And do you approve of him and her?
I do, because my grandson wouldn't be who he is if it wasn't for Jay.
Okay. So y'all call him Jay?
I call him Jay. I don't call him the gay. I call him Jay or Jaycion.
Jaycion. Okay. Well, we gonna get to that in a minute.
And he's a great dad. Okay, we'll get to it.
We gonna get to that in a little bit. Because I do want to talk about your relationship with Shanice a little bit. Yeah. You guys are very close. You are a young mother. You were pregnant at 16, and you always say you grew up together. Yeah. Typically with that dynamic, I feel like it can go either way. You can be either really close like you guys are, or really be distant because of trauma, or, you know, whatever would have happened. So how did you actively get to being close instead of having like resentment, you know, from both of you? Like, what do you feel like?
Yeah, I think for me, it was, I decided to keep my baby. You know, I was so young. I was a senior in high school, and I was just like, I'm gonna try to just be the best mom that I could be. Yeah. You know, and I made sure to be present. I went to, you know, I was the youngest mom at parent-teacher meeting. I was the mom helping her with homework. I was the mom talking to her about boys. Like, I wanted us to have a relationship. And I have a close relationship with my mom, but we also didn't have a relationship where we discuss things openly, as far as, you know, when you're a teenager and you're starting to like boys and stuff. that culture, they're not open to
Yes.
discuss certain things like that. So with her, I wanted to do it different, and we've just always been so close. Like, she's traveled with me and my girls. That's why, you know, she would be with the Jennifers and all my girlfriends. And she loved it. You know, she loved the fashion. She
Yes.
loved the makeup. She loved going to the Bahamas with us.
Yeah.
And I just put a lot of time into just trying to be the best mom that I could be, being so young.
Yeah.
You know.
So your mom, I remember your mom wasn't that close with her mom.
Correct.
Your grandma. So from your grandma to now Shanice to now her son, like, how did you guys break what could have been a generational curse?
Right. It's so funny you asked that question, because my sister and I always say we want to do things different with our kids. And I feel like my mom did the best job that she could with the tools that she had. You know, my mom didn't have a good relationship with her grandmother. My mom was, you know, I sort of abandoned at a young age and sent off with another family. And we just made the conscious decision to just do different. You know, make sure one of the things that I always tell Shani is, like, make sure you talk to your kids. You know, we have conversations about everything.
Everything?
Okay? Well, a lot of things. You know what I mean? She's a little older now, but like we talk about a lot of things. You know, like, that's my girl, that's my bestie. Nobody's gonna give you advice like me. You know, like
Was there ever a point where that line was a little blurred, especially like teen years, where it's like, you're my girl, you're my bestie, but also you're my child? Like,
she knew. Like, I just dropped the episode of Drop the Low where she talked about me pulling her ear, right? She was like, well, where'd you get that from? You know, my mom would do that to us. You know, you out of line, I'm pull your ear, you know? And so Shanice, if she happened to be out of line, I would do. Although
at least all she got was an ear.
Yeah, well, she got in trouble a couple of times. You know what I mean? But she always knew I was her mother, even though I was young, because she says I had a strict mom. And mind you, I'm young. You would think it would be the opposite. She's like, I had a strict mom. My mother didn't play around. Like, I would be like, you going to bed at a certain time. I'm making sure you get to school at a certain time, on time. So it was just a matter of just communication and kind of just, you know, having that bond with her, which we still do.
I realized, actually, I don't know if you know this, maybe you do. You are the very first episode, like premiere episode of Iyanla Fix My Life. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
You were the very first episode. Like,
that was tough.
So did she fix it?
She fixed it. I feel like there's a lot of things that we discussed. I think we did a 2-part.
Yes.
We did a 2-part because I did a part when I had just got married.
And then after you filed for a divorce, and then you guys still in touch right now?
So I haven't talked to her in a while, but we did stay in touch for some years.
And when you were on that show, you said, and I quote, "What scares me the most is not being loved, being by myself, and not having anything." Do you still have any of those fears?
I don't. Absolutely. No, I actually like being by myself. It's changed. I think when you start, for me, I love spending time with myself.
Yes.
I've been celibate for 2 years.
Really?
I have. I've been celibate for 2 years.
Intentionally? Or?
Intentionally. Yeah, I could go and get down the block, you know? But it's just intentionally. I just feel like I'm working on myself every day. But even my daughter, she's like, you don't want to be with nobody. I love my life is so peaceful. It's chaotic with my son and his sports and stuff like that. But as far as like my personal life, it's so peaceful and I love it.
Yeah. So, because on one hand, well, is there anything you're still healing from today?
I feel I've done the work. You know, I've done therapy and. You know, I've put that time in to be able to do that. When I said that, I was settling. You know, I was in these relationships and I was allowing myself to be treated any kind of way. You know, obviously the public ended up knowing what that was. But, you know, now in hindsight, I'm like, dang, girl, like why did you let yourself get treated that way? And now where I'm at, I'm like, you could never. You could never. Yeah. But, you know, I love myself so much, and that's why I pour into myself. And I'm intentional about that. I know we talked off camera about me doing certain things. Yesterday I had a whole day IV drip. Like that's what really feeds my soul and really my family and my grandson. Yeah.
Because on one hand you are you're a victim of domestic violence. There was victim blaming, along with that, you're slut shamed, accused of being a colorist. There's a lot of things and a lot of trauma you probably had to deal with and heal from. But on the other side, one might say, you were throwing drinks, jumping on tables, and, maybe being the source of someone else's, trauma and things that they had to heal through. Along with therapy and maybe age, is there anything else that helped you get to this journey? Because you've come a long way. Yeah. You've come a long way from, when you would, hopping on the table to now, like you might cuss somebody out, but it'll stop at that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of reflection and looking at yourself, my real life doesn't look like Basketball Wives and what people see, right? A lot of the women on the show, most of them I don't hang out with outside of the show. My village of women are women that are sports mom and my family and stuff like that. So I have that side obviously, but I'm intentional about what my village of friends look like. I want you to bring the best out of me. Who knew that being a sports mom would introduce me to some of like the most amazing like moms and parents, and we like love on each other. And that Brandy talks about that all the time. When her and I talk about it, she's like, I love my sports mom. It's just a different thing. The show is one thing, and it's not easy doing it, and it does bring out that ugly side of me that I don't like, right? But for me, it's a job. It's a job.
You're like acting.
No, I'm not acting. It's really who the I am. If you piss me off, but I try to now I try to keep it a little more cute and obviously not hop over a table or not pick up a drink and throw it at you. And although every season I'm like, I'm not gonna curse nobody else, something happens. But once I'm done, once the last day of shooting is done, I literally hop out of that and I come into who I really am.
Are you still in touch with Chad's daughter? Because I remember when you left him, I remember her saying you made her feel brave because you did leave, or something to that extent.
Yeah. That's probably one of the hardest parts for me is with whatever breakup or the kids. I love her so much, but we don't talk. We haven't talked in some years. It's funny that you mentioned, but actually I just talked to his son on Instagram recently, and he was like, I have a baby now, and I'm like, oh my God, you guys are all so big. And I kind of just watch them from the sideline, and I'm respectful of whatever situation he's in and stuff like that. But it's like even with Carl's kids, like I love his kids, and I'm happy to see them flourishing and playing in the MLB. I'm like, oh my God, I knew you when you were 6. So, but I will forever have like so much love for her, because like that was my girl. We call her Gigi Doodoo.
Is it because I know with his ex Sherelle, I'm not sure if I'm saying her name correctly, people always like kind of compared you guys or made comparisons here and there. Is that annoying? Is that triggering? What does that do for you?
It's not annoying for me. I'm sure it was annoying for her. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a new relationship. Like, I'm sure she doesn't want to be compared to like, oh my God, your last names are the same. Oh my God, you guys.
Wait, your last names are the same?
My name is Lozada. Hers is.
What's her last name? Rosario? Oh, I didn't know
so it was something similar. That's the reason why I know, because people were like flooding my like comments and stuff like that. So it didn't bother me one bit, because I'm the ex. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm sure for the new woman, you're like, oh, okay, I don't want to be compared to her. I'm sure that was like annoying at some point. But I feel like she handled that well, and whatever was going on, she never said anything negative, and I respect that.
When they broke up, I'm sure it was not intentional, but there's a little video you posted, like I think a couple days after, just doing a little salsa dance, and people in the comments were like, that's right, girl, he's single now, get your man.
Oh my God, really?
What is, like, considering you guys' history, is it funny? Is it triggering? Like,
I just ignore it. People just say, I'm like, that ship done sailed and sank. You know, like that was a very, that was out of all my little breakups. Cause you know, I've been in I know people be like, she a hoe, but I've been in long-term relationships. I was with Antoine for 10 years. I was with Chad for 5 years. I was with Carl. We had a son. So, you know, I just ignore it, you know? It's like, what am I gonna do? Sometimes certain things about him pop up, which I'm sure vice versa, but that was a really difficult breakup for me, you know, because we had got married 40-something, days. I had to divorce this person, and I struggled with that. You know, I struggled with it because I'm like, what is God gonna think about me? I really went into this because I love this person, but I also have to choose myself first, and so it took a lot for me to, I remember not being able to even talk about it without crying, you know? So it was definitely a tough time, but I ignore the comments. I'm like,
I do have to ask, how many times or how often do you hear, Ochocinco wanted me?
Oh my God! All the time. I'm like, Ochocinco wants everybody, child. That's why he is.
It is one of the funny. I don't know. Like, is it funny? Like, it's funny to me, but is it funny to you? Is it triggering? Like, I don't know.
No, I think it's hilarious. I think, when I see, I don't ever search it.
Yeah.
But when things pop up, I just be like, Lord, what is this?
But literally anything, like, if he's in the news or the first few comments are always Ocho. Even it has nothing to do with y'all, but it's always Ochocinco wanted me.
No, it was funny. It was definitely funny. But no, it's not triggering at all. I think, you know, I take things on the chin. You know, I say shit too, you know. So it's like you said, non-factor. I'm sure it's like people say that all the time. But
hilarious. That was a time. Okay, so you and Shanice have a podcast, Drop the Low.
Yes.
I always, in my mind, I always almost say the lowdown. I don't know why, but it just keeps coming to me. So Drop the Low. And you guys just did an episode where you addressed a few rumors that surrounded you.
By the way,
both.
fun fact, Jason gave me the name for the podcast.
Really?
So
Drop the Low?
Let me tell you something about his mother ass. I pick on his brain. People think he crazy, he's smart as you know, he have you ever texted with him?
No, why would I
don't know. Shit, I feel like the shade room got the ends to everybody, but like he's very articulate.
Yes.
Like, you know, you can always tell if somebody got
via shade room DM.
He writes well, right? But anyway, I say that all to say that he gave me the name to the podcast because one day I texted him. I was like, Jay, I'm thinking about doing this podcast. What you think? He's like, I think you should do it. I think you should do it. I was like, well, I need a name. Give me a name. I swear to God, in like, it felt like 5 minutes. I had a text, Drop the Low.
Drop the Low.
And I'm like, okay. So
what does that mean?
Sat on it, I guess, Drop the Low down or Drop the Low Lozada. I don't know. But it just sounded cool. So then I was like, I held it. And then I went back to him.
Yeah.
And I said, Jay, do you got anything else? He said, nah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And it stuck and we like loved it and stuff like that. So big shout out to him.
Yeah. So you guys are cool. You guys are close. There's people out there who think he dated you. And then dated Shanice.
It's so disgusting. Like, please. That's why we did. And that's the beautiful thing about having the podcast.
Yes.
Because it's in your own words.
Yes.
You know, you got all these YouTubes going viral. I'm like, that got 500,000 views. And people believe this. But no, it's interesting because usually you don't know the source of a lie, but with that one I did, and I was like,
"Ooh, who's the source?"
I'd rather not say the source, but I know I'd rather not say the source. But it was interesting that people. I don't know. Do you feel like people believe it? But I was like,
people believe it.
Yeah, people believe it. They were like, oh, you know, you dated him first. Or no, the other one was he ran a train on us.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, the other one was he ran a train on us.
What?
And I let it ride for a long time. And then when we decided to address it on the podcast, I'm like, you know, let's like pull up all the wild stuff that people said about us. And mind you, I'm the first one to be like, you know what, I did that. You know, I did it. But it's so disgusting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you did address some stuff on the podcast, but I want you to readdress some of it. Because,
all right, well, let's talk about it.
I have
God, are you going to bring Tiffany up?
Yes.
Poor Tiffany. I'm sorry. I be like, like she must be. Listen, I'll tell you this.
I got follow-ups. Okay.
Me and Tiffany don't have a dog in this fight.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm like, I'm in this situation by default.
Because people think that you and Tiffany were really close friends and that Shanice was around. Tiffany and the game, we'll call him the game so people are familiar. I know y'all be calling him Jay. Jayceon. So people think that, you know, Shanice was 12 years old sitting on his lap, and that you and Tiffany were friends, and then now your daughter is dating him.
Yeah.
Or has a child by him. So that is not true.
No, it is not true. It's literally like a lie that took a world of its own. Like people, think about this. Recently people were saying that Chris Webber was Chantal's father. Oh. Did you see that? Yeah, he even said something publicly like, you know, it was a video going viral about Jackie allegedly having an affair on Doug.
Oh, I think I saw that.
That's what I'm saying.
Jackie,
but people, Chantal looked just like Doug. Anyway, I say that all to say that people say anything. It's not true. I think, you know, the photo of my baby shower, people will find anything. And she was at my baby shower. There were a lot of people at my baby shower.
The feeling is, well, you must be close enough to invite someone to your baby shower. Of course,
but people also don't understand industry.
Okay.
Right? You got to think about, we're all on VH1.
Yes.
When the first time I met Tiffany and Jay, they were filming their reality show. Me and Chad pulled up and we filmed the scene on their show because we had a show on VH1.
I haven't watched that show, but I know people always reference their reality show and say that you guys were on the show and you were calling Shanice their niece.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know.
I gotta find the clip and see if that's a thing. But people are saying that you guys were calling her, or Tiffany was calling her niece. So is that just showbiz?
I did see that, but I'm like, I don't. Shanice never filmed that show.
Okay.
Shanice never filmed that show. It was. I remember me and Chad popping up, and they were doing a scene, and we were here in LA, and we filmed on their show, but. They were invited. I mean, she was invited to the baby shower. I mean, I had Puffy's, the mother of his kids there, Sarah. Like, we had a bunch of people, you know, there at the time. So, mind you, I think she's cool as shit.
Yeah.
You know, when she came out with the book for Cali, it was a children's book. I had, like, posted it, just, like, showing
Has she said anything to you about this whole situation?
No, she hasn't said anything to me, and I haven't said anything to her because respectfully, like I said, we don't have a dog in this fight.
So would she corroborate you and Shanice's point of view?
1,000%.
Okay.
1,000%. I know she probably just, you know, I know she's under the radar. We're the ones more out here, but I also never want her to feel, I'm answering these questions because it keeps coming up. So again, you know, because I feel like we need to address it, and I'm an open book, but she would say the same thing. It's like, it's just a rumor and a lie that just kept spiraling. Like,
what does the game think about it?
He probably laughs about it. He like, man, you know, he like everybody. You know what I'm saying? He like everybody. You know, he don't comment. He don't say about nothing. I'm hoping to get him on the podcast, but we're waiting for like some things. But
Oh, can I be in the background? Can I just
you
come
can
watch?
Be in the background.
Can I just want to come watch?
Because I got some questions for him. Like, how am I your son's grandmother, sir?
Because, you know, they say, it's funny because Shanice and I were the same age, and we're the age where it's a joke. I like to say, like, you know, I'm at the age where I can date you or your father.
True.
You know, but like, you look so good where the same thing applies to you, where it's like, yeah, I could date you or your son or you or your father.
Right.
So I think that's where the feeling of like you guys dated.
Yeah, I think so. And I think because it's me, because like I got my baby, because it's just me. I got a big personality, and people are like, oh yeah, I know they. No, nothing like that has like ever happened. Okay. So, you know, Shanice knows who I've dated.
Yeah.
And if you know her, she would never talk to anybody I talk to. We don't even like the same people.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. So some of the things you addressed, Rob Kardashian.
Yeah.
You said you've never dated him.
Never.
So how you know? Because you tweeted, Rob Kardashian has a big sausage, and he said, and you're a squirter. So how y'all know that about each other?
We just tweet and stuff. I swear to God, we've never slept with each other. It was nothing. I feel like we were even on the phone when we said we were going to do that.
So you know each other?
Yeah, we know each other. Like, my kids go to school. Like, Leo goes to school with a lot of the kids.
Yeah. Jelly's going on a date, something?
Never went on a date.
Okay.
Never did anything physical. Just we would like text from time to time. He's cool as shit. I haven't talked to him in years because, you know, he's MIA.
Yeah.
But it was never nothing like that. You know, I know the tweet took a whirl of its own, but it was really, really a joke.
Why were y'all tweeting that?
I don't know. How long ago was that? That was like 10 years ago. You know, we were a little crazier back then.
Yeah. And then there's always, you address this as well, there's that age-old rumor that you intimate or hooked up with your best friend's ex-husband.
Who's that?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, God, yes.
And, you know, obviously, he said it's not true. You said it's not true. So considering you've had friendships that have, you know, lasted or not lasted, what is it about your friendship with Shawnee that made you guys survive all that? I
know. And I remember when we were, think about the replay of my face when that came out.
I've never seen you like that before.
I could not believe that these brought this but this is what I'm saying. This is the thing of reality TV. You just never know who's going to say what. And it's fair game for everybody.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I talked to her, I think we were all shocked at first. And she just knows me outside of Basketball Wives. You know, I've shared a lot of space with Shawnee. We talk almost daily or every other day. Like, that's my girl. Like, that's my friend. And that really, it really could have changed my friendship. Where I'm like, we do Basketball Wives, but it's not for all that. You know what I mean? So it was just, you know, them. Well, I don't know. They kind of pointed at each other as to who was, as to who was, you know, looking up for the receipts or whatever. But trust me, if that was a real thing, they would have been blasted that.
Is there any, did Shawnee at any point be like?
Never.
So did you?
No, she never did. And also, I think another reason why she knows, so remember she wrote her book.
Yes.
That was, you know, being talked about. And she talked about in her book, the IT guy giving her, I don't know if it was CDs, because you gotta think this is a long time ago, of like emails and messages of who he was talking to at the time. So I also think she knows, I was in all his shit, and I know you wasn't in there, you know?
Yeah.
But she never questioned it. It was never, she never like acted funny towards me, and I'm grateful for that because I really value, and it's not even about the show, I really value my friendship with her. I think she's an amazing woman. I think she's an amazing businesswoman. She's more importantly, I like love women that are great moms. Like she's a great, great, great mom. You know, that's probably why me and Jackie be like.
Bestiality aside. Bestiality aside, what's the most annoying or triggering rumor you've heard about yourself?
Let's see. Bestiality aside. That was a really bad.
No one really believed that though. Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what. I think of all Jackie's Jackie moments. That's one where everyone was like, "All right, Jackie." Like.
No, but I had a guy tell me, he was like, you know, I was on TikTok and I saw some stuff about you, and I'm like, what? He was like, I don't know, something about some dogs. I was like, oh, this show is gonna be the death of me. What is the craziest? I don't know. I feel like you hit on the most craziest ones.
Yeah.
You know, the Shaquille, the Jay. That was the worst one. I think the more recent one is the game running a train on us, which is nuts.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you dating? What's going on? You're celibate.
I am.
You just
I'm
said
celibate.
that, yeah.
By choice.
By period.
By choice.
What are your ideal qualities in a partner?
So my ideal qualities, I just want a good person. I want somebody that's fun. One of my qualities, this is it. I say this I want somebody that's funny. I want somebody that likes to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like.
That's the Sagittarius.
Yeah, I like to have fun.
Yeah.
I like to laugh.
Yeah.
I'm like a big kid. Obviously somebody that has a career. I would prefer somebody that has kids. You know, you have kids, great, because guess what?
Grown or same age as your
I don't even care. Just know one's not popping out of this. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I could be my stepkids, I love them to death. You know what I'm saying? To me, they're all, like, they're still my stepchildren. So, You know, yeah, somebody older. I feel like I attract young sometimes, and that's not what I'm looking for. I would prefer somebody 40 and up.
40 and up. So that is still younger than you know.
Yeah.
So you would date younger, but not like Drea young.
No, I don't want it. No. Kudos to her, happy for her. She probably having a great old time with that young thing. But me personally, for my life, no, I would prefer someone a little more seasoned. I wouldn't mind a little salt and pepper,
like
but not
40 to 60. You would say?
No, not 60. Not 60. Not 60. No, girl. He gonna have to. 60 is a bit much.
40 to 55.
No, I don't want 55 either.
Okay.
I would say let's keep it close. 40, 45ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
60's a little strong. You know, she's still shaking over here. You know what I mean? She a glad mom, but you know.
I love it. And you addressed your daughter was asking, like, you know, you only dated athletes, and you guys laughed about how, you know, you dated someone in the NBA.
Was my ex an athlete?
No, but
Exactly.
you dated someone in the NBA and the NFL and the MLB, which I love.
I had the
for
trifecta.
You had the trifectas. You
And
like
I'm
to
happy
call it.
about it.
Okay. Is there a specific career path you would like to date? Like
No.
Okay.
No, I just don't want him to have bad credit.
Okay.
You got bad credit. You can't take care of your credit. How are you going to take care of me?
Yeah. And I will say what I can appreciate about you is from all of your public relationships, the ones we're aware of, each one of those men proposed to you. You are engaged to each one of you. You're like Thanos. You got the rings.
Talk about it.
So
Talk about it.
what is it about you that, on one hand, you think makes all these men want to put a ring on it? But what is it about maybe the men you're choosing, or part of you you're still healing, that doesn't always see it all the way through to the finish line?
Yeah, I mean, as far as, I have been proposed to with every relationship. I don't know.
I love that.
You have to ask them. I don't know. And you know what? I'm cool with all of them. Obviously, besides Chad, we don't speak because of the circumstances were a lot. But, you know, I was never the cause of the breakup. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot, and not to toot my own horn or not that I'm perfect, but I'm a good woman. Yeah, I'm a good woman. You know, I'm a great mom, and I was a great stepmom to your kids. And, you know, I'm cooking chicken at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm rubbing feet, and you know, I'm packing bags. Like I'm a little old school like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I just talked to Antoine the other day and wished him a happy birthday. Like, it was more so things that they did, and I was just like, you know what? This is something that I just don't want to deal with anymore. And I have called off all of those weddings just because I felt like this is just not my person.
Well, what's a common mistake you feel like you're making in choosing your person?
I don't know. I don't know what's a common mistake, because I definitely take my time with these relationships, you know.
Is there anything you feel you have to heal within yourself or work on within yourself, or?
You know, sometimes I wonder, this is just me kind of, I don't know, y'all give me a call. But sometimes I wonder, like, because I was married for such a short time, if there is some type of trauma in connection to the actual marriage. You know what I mean? Like, it was so short, it was so hard for me to let that go, but I had to, right? Because of the circumstances. I'm like, I have to really choose me first. You know, this is not, I don't want my kids, I didn't even have Leo, but I don't want my daughter to repeat this. Yeah. So I have to go.
Which I love that you did that,
Yeah, and it was a hard time for her too. So I think, you know, I don't know if there's just something about the marriage that kind of gives me a little like, I don't know.
Do you want to get married?
I would love to get married. I'm open to getting married. I'm not out every night seeking it either. You know what I mean?
Would you spin the block on anyone?
No, I never spin the block. We just talked about that on the podcast. Yeah. When I'm done, I'm done. I'm like...
That's what I was saying earlier, and I was like, it's not very Sagittarius of you to go back and forth with this friendship.
Yeah, and I think with the friendship is different because we're filming a show, so we have to coexist.
Right.
You know, but I haven't talked to her since we last filmed, because you know it's like once I'm done, I'm done. I don't hate you.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, you no longer serve anything in my life.
Right.
You know, but I wish you greatness. You know, those relationship didn't work. I want Carl to do great.
Yes.
You know, I want Antoine to do great. I even want Chad. You know, I want everybody to do great. I don't harbor anything.
Okay,
You
love
know?
that. Well, let's play a quick game.
Yep.
It's called Shoot Your Shot. And
God.
I want to, shoot your shot. So I'll ask you a few people if you'd shoot your shot or if you wouldn't.
Okay.
And then
Let me see if you
And
got
then we
somebody
can-
I've been eyeing.
Wait, is there anyone you've been eyeing?
You know what? Kinda. And it was like random.
Ooh.
Let me give me the names first, girl.
Okay. Deion Sanders.
Would I shoot my
Or
shot?
would you shoot your shot, or would you accept if they shot their shot?
Isn't he dating Karuchi? I don't know.
That's what the streets say, but that's not what they say.
You know what? I would accept his shot.
Would you shoot it? Would you shoot it?
I would shoot it. I would shoot it.
Okay. Drake.
Drake. How old is Drake?
Like 36, 37, high 30s.
Would I shoot my shot? Lord, God, I'm gonna be all over the place. I would shoot my shot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in Toronto.
Not in Toronto.
Take me to the palace. I don't know.
I'm crying. Big Meech.
No. I wouldn't shoot my shot.
What about Lil Meech?
No, I never really looked at them as like, no.
Okay. Damson Idris.
He's
He's a little younger.
a little younger. Isn't he dating
Lori?
Yeah.
No, not anymore.
I would shoot my
single
shot. I'm
man.
shooting my shot with everybody.
Yeah! Allen Iverson.
He's married.
Is he married?
Yeah, he's been married all
No, I
these years.
Googled it. It said he wasn't married. Oh my God, Allen and wife, I'm so sorry.
Girl, he's married. He's married.
Oh.
If he wasn't married, I would shoot my shot. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Safari.
No, I
No.
wouldn't shoot my shot.
He would make you laugh.
He would make me laugh, and I heard he's, he's doing great in that department.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
No, okay. 50 Cent. You, Shanice, the gang, we could be the new G unit.
I'm shooting my shot too.
G stands for jeans.
You know,
I love it.
he's so unfiltered
Yes.
that like it's a little cray. But I'm like,
You guys would have a great time, I think.
you think so?
Maybe there'll be a little bit of a power struggle, or maybe not. I don't know. But
don't
I
know.
think you'd have a time at
What
least.
sign is he?
A Cancer.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta look at my birth chart.
I don't know. We share the same birth chart. Let me think. Do Cancers and Sagittarius work? My best friend is a Cancer.
I feel. Do you date Leos? I can't date Leos.
Yes. The guy I'm dating now is a Leo.
Shut up.
And he's like the best.
Is
and
he?
this is the second Leo I've dated, actually.
Wow. According to my birth chart, but it goes
But
with
we have
the
the
time.
same one.
No, but it goes by the time.
Oh, okay. I'm not that deep.
Yeah, I'm a little deeper with it.
Yeah.
According to my it says stay away from Leos.
Really?
And Carl was a Leo and Antoine was a Leo.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. Puff Daddy.
I wouldn't shoot my shot.
No. Now, would you have shot it before?
I would have shot it before.
I appreciate you being
I would have
honest.
shot it before. It's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
With the baby oil and all that stuff. I was just like, okay. But no, like I love his kids. Shaw knows Justin and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But back in the day, yeah.
I appreciate you being honest, because someone today would have been like, no, there's just no way. So I appreciate your
I
honesty
keep
there.
it real.
Yes. Okay. Ty.
Who?
Ty.
Ty Young?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't shoot my shot. I'm like, who Ty? No, that's my
Yeah.
girl.
Would you date a woman?
No. I
Okay.
think, no, I wouldn't date a woman.
Maybe that's the part in your life that's. that's
no,
missing?
I want to be in a relationship with a man.
Okay.
Yeah, but I love Ty, and I see why women like her. That's why
Yeah.
we talked about it. She got this little thing about her.
Yeah, she's cute.
She's cute.
Yeah, she's
And you know
cute.
what? She's a cool person.
Yeah.
Like, she's a good person.
Has anyone ever tried to talk to both you and your daughter at the same time, or has the same person ever like
We've had
shot
a few
their
DMs.
shots?
We've
Yes?
had a few of the same
Really?
DMs.
From
I'm
the
like,
same person?
Yes.
At the same time, or like different times?
No,
or like,
different
hey.
times, but still, dude, it's weird.
Yeah.
Like,
Who?
well, I can't say.
Can you give me a hint? Was it an actor or a rapper?
He was a rapper.
And does he know that it was mother and daughter?
I mean, you would have to be living on the fucking rock not to know.
Ah.
You know, like that's not my baby.
Okay, well, that's who I have for the shoot your shot. Who? So you said there's someone you would shoot your shot at. Who is it?
It's somebody. Oh my God. Well, I'm gonna say this to you. Nas.
Nas.
Yeah.
Nas, if you're watching.
It clicked the other day.
Okay,
I was like, because
explain.
you know, he's from the East Coast.
Yes.
He just got this vibe about him. I feel like he got a Benjamin Button. I feel like is he married? He's not married, right?
Not that I know of, no.
Yeah, like he just
But
got
I
a
didn't
vibe
know
about
Allen
him.
Iverson was married.
Yeah, I
so.
think that's what I've lacked is kind of like a little vibe. And
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
He's nice looking.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like Nas.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see. Okay, Nas, if you're watching, call her. You know, I've heard that before. A lot of people like Nas.
I think it's his. I'm from New York. You know what I mean, and I'm a Bronx girl, so I think it's his vibe. It's his vibe.
Oh my God, what if he sees this and he's like, hey, what's up?
I would be like, what's up? What's up? Meet me in Brooklyn at the pizza shop.
I appreciate. You know what? Cheers to that for being honest and for shooting your shot. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna see this, so I guess keep us posted on what happens there.
Keep us posted.
Okay, Nas. Okay, cute. I like that. Is there anyone else? No, you know what? Let's leave it at that.
That was it. I mean,
Let's leave it at
damn,
that.
I got a line up there.
I love it. Okay, so this is
This is SG by Evelyn.
SG by Evelyn, and you're gonna send me that, right? It's
I
cute.
got you.
Tell us
this
about
is like
that.
a 3-piece. So I love. So when I launched SG, I wanted like bodysuits,
Yes.
fun prints. So everything that I have, everything that I drop always is like crazy prints
Yeah.
and just, you know.
What does SG stand for?
So it used to be Sweat Glow, but then I had an issue with the trademark. So I was like, I have to change it. So that's why it's SG by Evelyn Lozada.
Got it.
So
It's
yeah,
cute.
So
and
a lot
you
of the
look good.
Thank you. So it's a lot of like bodysuits, prints.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
I love. No, you look good. You look good, and you have the BX Glow jewelry.
I have the BX Glow jewelry.
Okay.
This is BX Glow. So
Yes.
these are hoops. This is my first hoop that I ever launched.
Yes, I remember.
And I've just always loved jewelry, big earrings.
Yes,
you know,
very New York.
Very New York.
Yes.
You know, so I have a bunch of stuff there. So yeah. So aside from shooting the show, I have dropped a little podcast.
Yes.
SG by Evelyn Lozada and BX Glow.
I love that. Is there any other projects that you're working on?
No, I think I have enough on my plate
Yes.
with all of that. You know, it's like I run everything myself, and my son is a blooming, like coming into himself athlete. So that's a whole other job in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something about you gives J-Lo. I don't know what it is.
Because she's from the Bronx.
Yeah,
you know, me and J-Lo
Boricua.
hung out back in the day.
Did you?
We did.
Like hung out?
Like hung out, like went to the club.
What?
Yeah, I know that's random. But so her attorney, I worked for
Uh-huh.
her attorney back in the day. So we love J-Lo at home.
Beyonce and Jay-Z came to your 30th birthday. I remember
They
when
did.
you posted that.
How crazy is that?
You posted that. People are so silly.
I was drunk though.
Yeah.
I was. And you know what? To my defense, I'm from New York, so Jay-Z walking in, like Beyonce then wasn't what Beyonce is now.
That was like what, 2005 or something?
Yeah,
like that?
this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But Jay-Z walking in, and everybody that was there is from New York. You know,
Yeah.
we from Brooklyn and the Bronx. So he would Jigga Man
Yeah.
walking in. We're like, at my 30th, so Antoine surprised me with
Yeah.
that. So big shout out to Antoine. 'cause
Have you seen them since then? or
No, I haven't seen them since.
Invite them to your 50th.
I
Maybe they'll pull
know.
up.
J&B, come to my birthday.
I like to play something called Truth or Drink,
Okay.
where you either tell the truth or take
I'll
a drink.
sip.
It's
scared.
typically take a shot. Truth or drink? You wish you and Jennifer could be as good of friends as you used to be.
No. 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 No, I know, and I say that. Why are you laughing? No, I say that. No, and I'm living in my truth.
Yeah.
Jennifer and I were in two totally different places in our lives. You know, what I said this before. What her life looks like and what my life looked like are two totally different things.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a sports mind. I know I've mentioned this several times, but you know, I'm a mom. I spend my time with my kids, my now grandson. That's not her life. You know, and I also feel like a lot has happened this season outside of the show of things that were said about me that you know are not true.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just feel like we filmed the show together and that's cool. I try to leave the bullshit on the show, but I'm never going to say disgusting things about you that aren't true just because you're mad at whatever's happening on the show. So I'm cool on her. I wish her greatness, but no.
Okay. Were you ever scared of OG?
Scared as far as her kicking my ass, being able to kick my ass.
Yeah.
I mean, she was a football player. Like, you know, did you see the video of us running down and I'm running down and all she did was a bump and I went like this, like this. Yes, she could kick my motherfucking ass. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, physically for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
That is hilarious. I really appreciate your honesty today.
I'm always honest. I'm like,
That's
take me
Sagittarius.
take me as I am. I'm like,
Okay, is your OnlyFans foot account still open?
it is.
It is.
You know what? I haven't posted anything in months because I forget and I have to be more proactive about it.
Yeah.
But it's not just feet. It's also just like, I'm not showing pictures, so you know. I have a grandson now. But it's like bathing
But maybe
suit.
before.
No, it could be bathing suit, workout, stuff that I
Okay.
just wouldn't post. Everything, I'm always mindful if the ends up online, I don't care about it.
Did you ever make a lot of money from that?
Yeah,
Like
like
how
when,
much?
so remember when I first like launched it, you guys posted it, was my man. I was making
I
like
know.
40 stacks a month on feet.
Wait, stop.
Yeah, but then I stopped. I'm
Girl,
like,
why you stop?
I don't know. Like my conscience kicked in. Like I was just like, oh my God,
Let
this
me
is
make
like
a little foot account.
this is like beneath me. And then I'm like, is it? It's your toes. But you know, I struggle with that a little bit, you know, because my son is getting a little older,
Yeah.
so you know, I just don't want him to be like, you showing your feet, you know. So
like,
I
yeah, it's
struggle
my
with that a
feet.
little bit. I'm like, it's my toes. They like the arch. What you want me to do?
Okay, this is the last one.
Oh God. You laughing a little too hard for me. sis.
So you have to do this or you take a shot.
Okay.
Like an actual shot.
Okay.
Hit us with the infamous coochie tap meme or take a shot. Oh my God. That is so funny. Thank you, Evelyn, for stepping into
You're
the shade room. This
welcome.
was so fun. Is there anything?
No, I think you hit it,
You want to
girl.
plug? You want to let everybody know what's going on?
Nope, you plugged everything. We dropped the podcast. We talked about the bodysuits and the earrings. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, child, y'all are good.
Did you have a time? Did you have a good time?
I did. Thank
Yay,
you.
thank you.
Oh my God.
Evelyn Lozada, everybody, the factor of all mother effing factors.
Hey.
Hey.
Thank you. That was so fun. Why did I pack my that time? I don't know why I did that.
Hey roommates, if you want to see more celebs stepping into the shade room, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel here.